Welcome everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Piyush Palsania. I'm a man striving for self-mastery and success. And this is my 5th year of improvement. And you can check out my last 2 years on my YouTube channel. And well, this I know I'm a bit late for this new year resolution. You can take it too. You can also improve your life to get that job, to build your own company, to be that successful CEO, or have that perfect relationship with one of the most attractive women which you would be wanting, which you would be desiring. Go out, approach women, create the life you want, and the same thing goes for women as well. Get the most attractive and handsome man you want, build your own career, be a successful CEO and founder woman, and well, that's it. So, I know I'm a bit late, so let's talk about what are the improvement goals that I have for this quarter. The first and very foremost is right now you can see my body, and I don't have any curves. It will be much more visible if I show it in the sun. But I don't have any curves right now. I don't have I don't have that bicep and tricep, even though I used to do basic push-up back in my teenage years. And well, the same thing will be followed in this quarter as well. That I will be focusing on my basic push-ups. And now let's go to the part. Let's go and uh, let's go and let's go and check out what I have stored in for this quarter in the open source mind mapping software FreeBrain. And let's go. And as you can see, this is all of the skills and what I'm going to focus on this quarter. I know it's very late. I'm recording this video at just the close of this quarter, and well, I was going to upload it on 2nd of January, but I just didn't. I was focused on some other things, and really, I have developed this bad habit of not doing what I say, and really, all of this women empowerment and this all of this drama and the way how society and power works, everything else, all of this, and the fact that the Indian Parliament and the system simply disrespects men, and well, the entire society talks about women empowerment, but they do not talk about the accountability of the women, whether that there be crimes or the exploitation, the harassment, the abuse of men that they do, because we everything just runs on power and fear. Can you respect Indian Parliament? Well, no, because they do not. They are the first and foremost thing. They are illiterate. The way they really debate in the Parliament is simply a disgrace, because they don't even know how to debate. They just debate like animals. But not only that, the laws that are formed by them that simply violates the civil rights. That's not how democracy works. Democracy only gives equality of opportunity, and I know this is my self mastery and success journey, but this is very important that I say it. Since now I'm going to talk about the various job roles that I'm going to focus on this quarter. I know I have started this self mastery and success journey back in the year 2021, and still, even after 5 years, sorry, in my 2022. So this will be my 4th year. 3 years have passed, and well, I have not done anything. I mean, I have not done anything significant. Like, I have raised investment from some angel investors, build a product, market it, and really capturing the market. But I am still really venting out my frustration and anger towards the thing that I have no control over, like the way the laws that are formed by the country and the way the women empowerment drama is at peak. But that's not it. The thing is, I am really wasting my time expressing all of this. Meanwhile, those women, they are really going out in their these peak years. They are making more male friends. They are having premarital sex and they are keeping it a secret. And then you will see their biodata in various marriage bureau in their relatives, and they will get married. And well, you just have to accept it. And well, even if they were to be impregnated by some other man outside of your marriage just because she is not satisfied sexually, or if she says that she want to earn her own money, and then really what is stopping her, and then I don't need to tell how alimony and maintenance harasses men. So life of man is just about being a laborer who just works, who just move this country, who just drive this company, who just drive this country forward. And well, if anything goes wrong, they will just shoot at you. That's how this so-called democratic nation is, where really there is no equality, where there is no respect for men. And I don't even need to tell how this female, how when women they are at position and power, they simply exploits men. And you really do understand that these, since everything is just how society revolves, and right now AI is something that is very crucial in the development of the future society. AI will be shaping the future, the economy, and well, having skills in there is very much important, because one thing that really you need money to buy anything and almost everything. And well, if you are a woman, then let me tell you, even if you don't have skills, that's fine, because our Indian Parliament has created law for your success. And really, when I see that how the feminist they disrespects, insults, degrade men, and really they don't want men to be equal. They really want to have the sympathy from the society that how helpless they are. And once they have that empathy, that power, then from men who are at position and power, and then they want to harass and abuse subordinate men. And that's what the thing is. That's what is happening in our society, and this is happening secretly. And I'm someone who really wants men, and I'm someone who really want men to fight, to really unite, and simply do not be afraid of the parliament, the government, and the judiciary. They have no right to disrespect you. And please fight for yourself. That's what I want. And I am really doing it. I really want to create my own company and make it a global leader. And if I have to break any law, then I will simply say it on the face of the parliament and the government that I do not disrespect you. I don't even consider that they can really drive this company to be a superpower, but that's not it. Really, my success will be measured, but I'm going to really work on all of the job roles, build a very successful and an effective portfolio that can get me any job I want. And well, that's not it. That's not the only thing. Apart from this, if I want to really build my own company, then I can do it. If I want to hire individuals really want to build the who really want to build their career in these things, then I can really work with them, teach them, make them an employee in the company, and then just really build the best product that will capture the market, the most economical, the most effective. Like say, if you have all of these skills, you can really design a vacuum cleaner that can make a 3D map of the entire room, plan. There will be path planning in it, and then it can vacuum your entire house. And this is something that is really being done by various companies across the world. And really, the one thing that really will be the future will be humanoid robotics. You will see you will see humanoid robotics really in almost every field, whether that be construction, whether that be in defense, and whether that be maintaining law and order, etc., etc. There are in fact plenty of humanoid robotics that are assisting Indian administration, such as the police, in maintaining law and order. And really, this is it. But right now, all of this will happen when I'm going to focus on this career. And well, really, I am, as I said, I am a man who is really frustrated with the way the Indian Parliament and the government has formed law. How in my life I have been someone who never had sex, who is a virgin, and who has indulged in porn and in self pleasure, as you will see in this, when I'm going to talk about my habit building and how I really want to master this sexual energy transformation and control my sexual urges. And that's what really the thing is. If you want to live in a society that is violating the human evolution and the nature, where from the age of 13 to 14 years, children they are capable of bearing childs, but that's not something that is being done. Society simply focus on building their career. They want to really be the one to have the power in the household. Even now, women they have power in household. There are various sugar mommies that really had those submissive weak men, and really they just do the household chores and even satisfy their wife in the bedroom. I'm not going to comment about it. That's something that they have chosen. But the thing that really matters is when it comes to harassment and abuse, men who are really victim of rape and the domestic violence, they don't get justice because that's what's really seen as a shame and fear. And well, then you will see the various civil services. Uh, I I was also going to focus on civil services and all of this Indian polity and the governance in the society. And here, as you can see, I was going to focus. I had thought that I will read this book completely, Indian Polity by M. Lakshmi Kant. There are around, I think, 90 chapters in there, and I will really need to learn and remember the various key facts about the Indian Constitution, how the Constitution came into existence, and what are the various amendments, the major amendments, and also study how this greatest democratic trash, I will say, which the Indian Constitution is. And I know if there was to be any interviewer, then maybe they will not select me just because I am simply honest. If I ever was to clear its the prelims and mains and get to the interview stage, and if I was to insult, disrespect, and degrade the Indian Constitution, then maybe these so-called interviewers who will be one of the most respectable and who would be one of the most respectable, I would say, members of the government, they will simply not select me. But then again, they will say that Satyam is Jayate, truth alone triumphant. And when somebody is going to say truth, that will be something that will offend these parliament members, these MLAs, these MPs. and then they will try to get rid of such officers who just really are not corrupt, and well, they are really honest, and they are fighting, and well, who has the real power in the country? Well, these is held by these illiterate and the criminals of the nation who really are elected by simply bribing people and are respectable, I would say. The respectable election commission is simply silent because they are simply corrupt. And really, who cares? If this society is going to stay a coward and blind, well then it's their fault for not standing up for themselves. Who are going to fight for them? And well, and well, this is it. And then comes the part of governance in India. As you can see that whereas there are various chapters, rights issues, and then public policy, then central administration, state administration, regional administration, district administration, personal administration, financial administration, law and order, statutory bodies, non-statutory bodies, and then various other things. And then you will see here the vulnerable sections. Really, when I say that vulnerable sections, the most vulnerable sections are the weak men who do not have position and power in the administration, in the parliament, like they are not connected to some MLA, some MP in their home who can really uh, protect them from the harassment of the judiciary and also make them accountable. And important aspects of governance, role of civil services in democracy, and then comparing constitutions. I know running a country is a lot of effort, but it is not run by a single person, like the way I am going to start running my own company soon, and I understand that managing and running a company by a single person is manageable, because he would I mean I will have hundreds and thousands of employees working under me, and I know how to make them accountable, and how to only select the one who are really skilled, talented, hardworking, and dedicated to the company, driving the company forward. And well, really, it would be very much evident and clear from last if you take out the data of the last 70 years, when you are going to compare the economy of various countries, especially China, because really, when we talk about power, who has the most power, and it's the USA. And what does power do? It makes you people are going to follow you, whether they respect you or out of fear. And well, when something is done out of fear, that's not really a thing that it eventually led to the demise, because people, they want equality, they want respect, and that is something that's not been done. And if it's not been done, there are going to be cracks. Authority does not last forever. And well, when we talk about the best way to unite the country is to have a foreign enemy. And when you see this statement, you will realize that people's in you can take the example of the Indian independence, how the kings, they used to fight among themselves to prove their dominance, to prove their strength. And well, once a foreign enemy came, it ruled them for around 190 years, and then all of them, they unite, and then they drove them off, and that's how our country came into existence. And the same thing that is wrought, and the same thing I'm trying to do, men, to stand up, to really build that physical strength. Really, now I'm going to talk something that will be, of course, I'm going to do this in my next quarter, and I really would. I really hope to do it because I have to do all of the renovation work. And well, I am fine doing it because I know I am striving for something that is big, and I'm going to do really low paying work. Uh, and also I am really struggling for finance, but that's fine. My efforts will really make me someone who has a lot of power and position, and I don't need to tell that how I have this dream that if I can't change this country, then build your own country, just like this powerful man Elon Musk he is. He created his own company SpaceX, and he really launched, and now he says that he is planning to build a colony on moon. I know moon has one-sixth of the gravity of earth, and really sustaining a human life would be quite a complicated thing, but really you will have your own government, you will have your own rules and regulations, no one can threaten that, and that's really something that I want. Think about it. If I am a man right now, if I am attractive, then females they will be attracted to me and they might be wanting to have sex with me. But once you will ask for their accountability, let's say if I do not consent to a sexual act, then even if they were to force themselves on me by maybe by threatening, by blackmailing, then also there will not be any law that protects men. And well, that will be an offense. And then if you were to reverse the gender role, if I was to be a man and if I was to find a very attractive woman, and let's say if I was to commit any non-sexual non let's say if I was to commit rape, then I am at the threat of getting harassed by 10 years of imprisonment. And then you really know that how Indian criminal proceedings are an abuse to a man. Let's say if a woman was to file a false charge of rape on you, then any social media channels they are and any news channels they are free to publish your name as a rape accused, and really that will destroy your life. Your career will be destroyed, your family, your reputation, everything will be destroyed, and I don't know how long it will take these proceedings to start. But even if you do get justice, it's not really worth it because the harassment and the insult that you will face in your life and the trauma that you will face, it cannot be really, there cannot be any justice for it. And not only that, the first and foremost thing, a woman worth is not valued by her body. And I know virginity is important, but let's say if you have a wife who already had premarital sex with some other man and there is a rape victim woman, well, they both are not virgin. One had sex by her choice and one had sex not by her choice. Well, in my eye, they are the same. And these women who really have premarital sex, they are far more prone to having extramarital affairs. And that's what I'm trying to do. Please support my open letter to the citizens of this country. I am someone who is born in this country and I have as much as right as you would, irrespective of my success, irrespective of my financial situation, irrespective of my position that I hope to have. I hope to be an IAS, a DM, a district magistrate, and really climb the ladder. If I am able to change this country, if I'm able to improve this its administration and build make government understand that why we need to make women accountable for their crimes and for their actions, and we need legal adult sex centers where prostitution is fully legalized, and really human beings are sexual beings and they want and they have sexual desires, whether that be man and woman, and there are plenty of and there are plenty of sugar mommies and sugar daddies And you know what happened in the bedroom? Uh, Women, they really satisfy those sugar daddies and these sugar mommies. They are satisfied by these men. And isn't this something that is an achievement for these feminists? Mm. Now there is an equality of opportunity for you to find someone who, out of their consent, they want to be submissive. And but that's not something in our country. No female deserve respect. No female deserve dignity. Their true place is in whorehouse. And let me tell you very clearly, all of these institutions like National Commission for Women, who says that women are being objectified, they want the attention of men. And do you know why? Because that is what gets them the power and the position. And once they have position and power, they objectify man in much more degrading way. And the way I'm going to talk about it in a few minutes, that will be far much more degrading. And I know that I should be talking about all of this. I should be focusing on building my body because once you go out, physical strength really matters. As a man, I have to fight other men. You can't really rely on the administration to really make to maintain law and order. And this is something that I have experienced from living in this society, in the society I'm currently living. And really, you would need to fight, and that's where you really need to learn art. And you really need to stop masturbating. You really need to stop watching pornography. Really go out, talk to females, talk to women, become friends with them, and have consensual sex with them. Record their audio video consent, because let's say if you were to have premarital sex, then the number one thing that you need to do with a woman is to ensure that you will not tell this to any other man. Because really, no man would be wanting to marry a woman who already had premarital sex, especially virgin men. And well, if you really this everything is a game of manipulation and deception and then exploitation. And as a man, you really need to be best at quite everything if you really want to survive in a society that are going to punish men who are not rich. And if they are rich, well, you have to protect your assets, because really there will be women who would be wanting them, and those women who does not want a man for for his money. Well, you are someone who really deserves a clap, because that's really something that's in a that should be promoted, and that's where the premarital agreement take into account. And really, please go and support my open letter. And in my next month, in the month of April, I'm going to talk about this in my second quarter. But in my next month, I will ensure that I go to gym, really go to gym, because I really need to get and focus on building my body. Drink, have protein rich food, have dry fruits, focus on those FT left and right punches, self definition, changing the subconscious through the repetition of work, unbiased observation of thoughts and emotions. I'm someone who really negatively get attached to my past, and really it becomes very difficult for me to let go of it, and really just think about all the bad moments. Really, when I really felt threatening, and all of this years from this last around, I would say 8 years have passed since that incident. No, not eight, 7 years have passed since that incident, and still I'm talking about it. Maybe we human beings, we are really affected by everything that happens around us, and really that makes me someone who really wants social justice for men, because I really want those men who have suffered at the hands of women to stand up. And for me, for men like me, I want There will be some men who are going to file false charge of rape on women, and well, out of plenty of women, those women who do not know about the criminal proceedings, just like how I didn't know, will be drove to a state of suicide, and they might really suicide. They might just kill themselves because they just cannot accept themselves being perceived as a rapist and as a female rapist and a criminal. Even there might be one perspective where one man will be humiliating other rape victim man, that what kind of a man you are. Even women can rape you, and really you should be afraid of men because men will be much more stronger physically. And then there is where one kind of rape you done with the use of force, and then one rape you do with the use of threatening, of blackmailing, of intimidation. And well, both are rape, and that's where audio video consent must and should be taken. And not only that, sextortion and various other things. As I said, it takes 90 days to build. Now let's move on to this. It takes 90 days to build a lifestyle and 21 days to build a habit. This is something that is proven scientifically, that our brain works in a way where if we do something for 21 days, then it's going to become our habit. In our first 21 days, we are going to face a lot of resistance. We do not want to change because our brain is just addicted to keeping the things where it is, and really they do not want to be uncomfortable. And success is right outside of your comfort zone. If you are someone like me who has lived in a toxic environment where there were men who used to pressurize other men, and they were simply insecure in themselves because really they can't really focus on their body, they can't focus on their grades to impress a woman, they really can't go out, they really can't ask them to be their friends, date them and have sex with them. And then there were few men in my school, and really due to them I had this fear. I would say I was very conscious not to be seen when I'm approaching a woman in front of other men, because I will really be they will try to what kind of they will try to hooting. They will try to really make this thing that भाई तू लड़की के पीछे जा रहा है ना, मतलब मजे लेने के चक्कर में ये है वो है. So these kind of things, this is something that really, because I was conscious about my reputation, that I do not want to be perceived like this, but yet I am someone who watch porn, who masturbates, and I want to talk to women. I want to be close to them. I want to spend time with them. I want to touch their skin. Their skin is so soft, they are so sweet, and it really, I'm really, I'm really someone who really likes that, because deep down I'm just a human being. I'm just a small kid who really wants love, and not to mention how much of a negative environment I have lived in. Then comes, and I'm really someone who is struggling for finance, and I really want to be someone who really want to focus on his career and build his own, have his own financial. In no condition I want to be someone who is living on a woman's money, because you really need to understand, every man need to understand, do not, it does not matter how much of a loser you may be, how many times you have doubted yourself, how many times you have really felt that really I'm not good at it, how I might not be able to do it. Stop having those self sabotaging beliefs. People might have laughed on you. Look at me. I'm someone who is trying to improve myself from last 4 years, and do you know what? There are very less people who would have these opinions that look at this guy. He has not done anything. What a loser he is. But it really does not matter because I have not given up. And this is what really courage, strength is. If how other people define you does not affect it, and you have a strong definition of yourself, then my friend, you are a winner. Have this self definition. Define yourself. Do not let others define you. You must have a strong definition of yourself. And even right now, I'm someone who is also going to focus on my boxing. You really know that when some stronger man is going to fight you and he hit you on the face and there will be bruises on the face, but that's really something that I want right now, because that's really the thing that makes me improve, that makes me get stronger physically in my life. Of course, I'm not going to beat a woman, but I'm also not someone who is going to tolerate being beaten by a woman. मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता. Please don't have these kinds of concept in mind. A man feels pain, and you do not need to take any pain for a woman who disrespects your efforts, who already had premarital sex. At least this is my, at least this is in my case. I'm a virgin man and do not struggle for a woman who is simply exploiting you for your money. That's it. And also, I'm going to focus. Let me add this: date a woman every week. Let's say dating a woman, dating a beautiful woman every week, every Sunday. So, dating, romance. Of course, I will not be telling if I was to have sex, because really that will make people degrade women. And well, maybe because I'm still a virgin, I don't have any experience with any woman. And maybe I might boast that really I am someone who really had sex with so many women, and then women they might degrade me. What kind of really male, the degrading word which is used to describe women is used, there will be word for men too, and that will be a big achievement for a woman. But really, and then you will really talk about the modesty of a woman, but you will not hear the parliament making a law of insulting the character of a man. And really I feel that how, if I'm not strong, nothing is fine. And that really makes me I really do not respect any woman from my heart. But I might have to lie in order to be accepted in the society. Otherwise, I will be suffering. Or maybe I can simply explain them my point, and maybe they will start to realize this guy is talking some sense. He knows a lot of things. He knows engineering. He knows a lot thing about law. And not only that, he's someone who is really, really ambitious, and he is really focusing on his own company, which is really a big thing. He is doing everything by himself, and not only that, he's fighting someone that is far, far, far more stronger than him. That is the entire Indian parliament and the administration. You can think that all of those policemen, all of those Indian administration officers, all of these MLAs, all of these MPs, all of these soldiers, every man who is simply a slave, it's just maybe they are just slaves, or maybe it's just beneficial for them. They are simply accepting this injustice system where men are really harassed, they are not given equality, and that's it. They are fine with it, because really women, they are victim. Everyone, each and every person who is watching this video should support me if you really support equality of opportunity. So dating, romance every week. I don't want to become a social worker since Sundays of free day. So thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Maybe I hope I'm going to motivate you to be someone who really focus on his self mastery and success. It's always about you. Don't compare yourself to anyone and really do what you really wish to do while having your own source of income. That's it.